Hello, how are you? One of the questions I most commonly get asked by potential investors into buy-to-let property is how much deposit they will need to put down. On the face of it, that question would seem fairly straightforward, but unfortunately the answer will vary depending on a number of different factors. In a nutshell, the lender will look at the loan that you require and it will expect that the rental income, the monthly rental income from that property, will cover the mortgage payments by a certain percentage. All of those figures vary depending on your circumstances. So, for example, as a higher rate taxpayer, then the amount of coverage of the rent is expected to be higher than if you're a lower rate taxpayer. If you are borrowing money over a 5-year fixed term, you're likely to borrow slightly more than if you're borrowing it over a 2-year fixed term. Different lenders will vary because they have a stress test. Their standard variable rates of interest vary by as much as 1%, possibly even more in some cases. So they will stress test the mortgage payments at a level of an interest rate which would vary. So you might be able to borrow slightly more with more lenders even if the rent's the same and the mortgage amount is the same. So that will vary. It will also depend on whether or not you have other properties in the background. So if you're a portfolio landlord, if you have more than around about 4 properties, then you start to become a little bit more of a complex case. And if you have mortgages on all of those properties, then again, they will look at what properties that you have, what debt you've got in the background, and you may need to put down more deposit on a new purchase than you would if you were if you were a first-time landlord. So all of these factors need to be taken into account when you look at buying a buy-to-let property. Also bear in mind that if you're buying a second property, if you already have a residential and you're buying a second property, you'll be subject to a higher level of stamp duty on the new purchase. So all of these are factors that need to be taken into account. If you need any help with your affordability calculation on a particular property, then please get in touch. I'll be very happy to help you. Bear in mind that the Financial Conduct Authority doesn't regulate buy-to-let mortgages. And give me a shout, let's have a chat and let's find out how much you can borrow. Thank you, have a good day, bye.